Yes. Good afternoon and welcome. This is a really big screen. My name is Mark Nijenhuis. I'm a data warehouse developer at bol.com. Bol.com is one of the biggest online retail firms in the Netherlands and Belgium. And I'm going to talk to you about how do we manage growth at bol.com. Would like to tell you something, how do we keep our business intelligence scalable, and hopefully I can give you a quick peek at some of our in-house projects. It's a bit ambitious for 15 minutes, but let's see how far we get. First, let's start with some figures about bol.com. We have about 6 million customers. We have almost 1 million shop visits per day. And we sell more than 10 million different products. And we have 1,000 employees at the moment. And we're doing incredibly well. Can't show you the actual figures, but I think you can see which way it's heading. This also poses a bit of a problem for bol.com because with such growth figures, you're not working in a very stable IT environment. Everything you think of and create here becomes absolutely useless when you get here. So the big question we have is actually how can we manage this growth? And you got to think, how can we keep our organization manageable? How can we keep our software maintainable? How can we keep our hardware from exploding? And finally, how can we keep our BI architecture scalable and available for our business users? Okay, to answer that, let's go back in time. About 15 years ago, according to legend, bol.com started in a mobile office, not unlike this one. And you can say a lot about this kind of accommodation, but internal communication within such a unit is perfect. Everybody knows each other, and they know what you're doing. Your IT infrastructure is very simple. Probably you have a server hiding under your desk. And if you've got a business intelligence question, you just log into the source system and you get the answer you need, copy it to Excel, and you can do your thing. So this is actually quite an efficient way of working. So if you start growing as a company, you would like to keep this. You would like to multiply this perfect unit instead of growing into a big monolithic organization. And lucky for us, the last few years there are quite a lot of solutions and techniques and tools have become available to help us with this philosophy. For instance, for our organization, for a development organization, we introduced Scrum already several years ago, and it gave us a lot of small, flexible development teams. We're currently replacing our really big, unmanageable applications with smaller microservices. For our hardware, we use Hadoop as a storage system, so we can buy lots of cheap hardware instead of having to invest in a few big expensive machines. But for our BI architecture, we had to think up something for ourselves. It's a thing we call bulk interfaces. And I'm going to talk to you about that a little now. This is our current data warehouse. It's very traditional. We copy all data from the different sources to the database. We do lots of transformations and calculations on it. And finally, we load the data into a structure which can be easily queried by our users. And you got this very happy data warehouse team maintaining this operation. This is very textbook stuff. So what's wrong with it? Well, on top of this slide, you see our applications, our services. Below, you see our business users. They're a bit sketchy. And in between, we got our data warehouse, which takes care of all business intelligence questions we have. Well, you can see where the bottleneck is. When I started at Bol.com 5 years ago, there was a data warehouse team which consisted of 4 engineers. Currently, we have a BI fleet of more than 5 teams. And personally, I don't think our service level has gone up. So what can we do about it? How can we keep our BI scalable? What we thought up was, why not giving those services, those applications, their own BI responsibility? If you want something from the order service, let's ask the order service directly and not go through the data warehouse. So the services got their own responsibility, but also our business users, they also have a BI responsibility now, because if they want to combine data, for instance, they want to know which products are sold, well, they will have to combine this data themselves from data from the order service and from the product service. And they can't go to the data warehouse anymore for that kind of information. Okay. We call this bulk interfaces. Each service, each application has a bulk interface which can be queried for BI purposes. And between the services and our business users, we got a small reporting layer which makes it easy for our business users to query the data from all those different sources. As you can see, there's still a data warehouse, but it's no longer the center of our BI landscape, and it doesn't have to grow as much as it did before. And the funny thing is, we've been working with this about a year or so, and our business users are really, really happy with this. They're actually hiring their own BI people to get more out of this new architecture. On the other hand, our engineers, they're less than happy. Suddenly they have extra work which they didn't have before. They have to do stuff they have never done before. And to me, I think this is a good thing, because, okay, we make our business people happy, and that's what we're all here for. And at the same time, we're distributing our growing pains across the entire development landscape. So this is actually quite cool. This is more like the technical architectural picture of this. On the top left, you see the service. In the middle, you see our business users, where they should be. And our bulk interfaces are actually HBase tables on top of the Hadoop platform. The service has to provide data, passing it to the bulk interfaces in HBase. We got our reporting layer here, and we also still have our traditional data warehouse, which also gets data from Hadoop, from these bulk interfaces. To make this work, we had to create several tools ourselves. I'm going to talk to you about those tools next. Most of them are simple Java tools used for monitoring and connectivity. Things which are Hadoop itself is not particularly good at. So let me show you, in the time I've got left, some of the projects we have at bol.com. First there's Eddy. Eddy is a tool to get data into the Hadoop file system. What it does, the applications, the services, they send data to a message queue. Eddy picks it up, translates the message into an HBase insert statement, passes it to the Hadoop file system, to the HBase table. Sniff. Sniff is also a really simple thing. What it does, it actually sniffs through the big Hadoop file, looking for keywords like error or count or the names of particular pig or scoop scripts. And it passes it to a table or a file, and you can create simple reports on it. As long as everything is green, everything's fine. If you see something red, you have to do something about it. What more? Kyoto. Data quality is quite a thing when you're doing lots of ETL processing. You want to know that data in your sources is the same, is essentially the same data as you show in your reports finally after all the processing has been done. And Kyoto does that. You can actually compare the contents of a Hadoop file with the contents of a database table, which is really, really helpful. H2O Loader, another tool. What it does, well, you can move data from an HBase table to an RDBMS system. And what H2O Loader does, it automates all the necessary steps in between, like, for instance, creating a pig script, scooping the data to the Oracle table, actually creating the Oracle table, and all you have to do is to fill out a simple configuration, and it does all that for you. Bulk stats, amazingly simple. It loops through all HBase, all bulk interfaces, gets a row count, and sends it to a table. And you can, you can see how those bulk interfaces are doing. If there are sudden peaks in there, you have to do something about it, and otherwise, well, everything's fine. Finally, HBase skin. HBase comes equipped with its own REST interface, it turned out. So we built a simple visualization tool on top of that, so we can see the data within the HBase table in a very easy to read way. It's actually better than UI, what we got here. And all these projects, what is the current status? Well, we got Sniff, we got Eddy, and BulkStats currently in production at bol.com. Kyoto and the H2O Loader are in the final testing stages. HBase skin, we already use it, but there's no official production version available at bol.com. And that's actually it. That's what I wanted to talk about this afternoon. Well, it was only 15 minutes, so I don't think there's much time for questions. But if you do have questions, please contact me at this email address, mnijenhuis@bol.com. And I think I'll also be at the bol.com booth for the next hour or so. So thank you very much for your attention, and have a nice conference.